We're not done with each other yet.
This is how you die.
Fuck is you supposed to be?
I'm Steed.
He's a gentleman pirate.
You're an idiot.
Scale from 1 to 10. How screwed am I? Amelia, you couldn't just say 10? You don't think I'd understand that 10 is bad?
The bad things.
Which one of us is the murderer?
Hi. Hello, everyone. How are you,
Hello.
Emily?
I'm great. How about you?
Good. Did you like that?
I loved the way you made it all mesh together. It looked great.
Yeah, thank you. I spent a lot of my evening doing that, but I think it turned out pretty well.
That's awesome. You're quite the editor.
Oh, thank you. Well, we're here with an editor extraordinaire. So I don't know, coming from you, I think that's I take that. I don't take that lightly because you.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Let's introduce yourself first. Okay. So welcome back to. Well, introduce the show to everyone who hasn't seen us before. This is ActorCast, where I invite different guests from the industry, and we talk about the industry and how they got here, how they are going, what they're doing. This is our second time going absolutely live, so I'm still a little working stuff out. But without further ado, let's introduce Emily. Okay, Emily, introduce yourself to the world if people don't know you, what you do, and all that stuff.
Yeah, my name's Emily Eldridge Hall. I grew up in Washington, D.C., but moved out to LA 7 years ago to pursue my dream in the entertainment industry. I came out here to be an editor. So I got out here through working in the Television Academy's internship program, where they placed me on television shows. So that really got my foot in the door. From there, I was a post PA, and then I joined the HBO training program for post coordinators. And so after I did that program during the pandemic, I became a coordinator and then worked my way up to supervisor. So I'm now a post-production supervisor for scripted television. So I manage editors rather than editing on my own now.
Wow, I'm impressed. Like, you look like you're determined. Everything you said was so eloquently said.
Thank you.
So I congratulate you for that. Also, you have a stunning resume. You have so much stuff in your resume. I was looking at it before on your website before we even earlier today or yesterday, and I was so impressed because you've done so much, and I don't know if that's even updated to this day.
Yeah, on my website, I don't think it is fully updated just because the current show I work on is Bad Monkey Season 2. I don't think I put that on my website yet, but
Right. But you
yeah,
have so much stuff, and I'm so interested in knowing so much
Thank
about
you.
it.
And I guess I should mention that Aldo and I met because we did background acting in LA. So that's my side gig that I do. I absolutely love background acting, being on set and meeting all different types of people.
Yes, we'll talk about that. I want to know what you've been up to lately about that. But let's go step by step. Okay, Emily. Your TV post-production main gig. What does it entail, first of all, to be in the post-production industry for anyone who doesn't know?
Yeah, so what I love about post-production is that you're there from the very beginning to the very end of a production. So to me, it feels like you have the most stability on a project, which is great. So I'm often on shows between 6 months to a year. Sometimes they go to 2 years long, but I'm making sure that everyone who is on set, who needs to know any post-production guidelines, has those in terms of our workflow. So getting all the dailies from set to post-production so the editors have it. Making sure that the editors are on time with their cuts and sending those cuts out to whoever needs to review those. Making sure that everyone has the schedule, whether that's the studio, the network, people on the production side. There's other aspects through sound, color, visual effects, all of the works in terms of putting the show together like a big puzzle and then getting it out into the world on time.
And okay, and where is this your what drew you into this world of like post-production? Did you start from very young saying like, okay, I want to be in that area of the business?
I think because post-production is kind of niche. Like, it's a small side of the industry that a lot of people don't know about, and I didn't really learn about it while I was in school. But just like everyone else, when I was like young in elementary school, I wanted to be in the industry. I wanted to be an actor or a singer. I loved every aspect of it, and I did theater in school and at summer camp. But as I got older, I was actually at this arts camp, and they had a class called Hollywood Film Crew, and you could join it when you're in 4th grade. So when I was in 4th grade, I was so excited to finally get to be a part of this Hollywood Film Crew. And it was in Washington, D.C., so very far away from LA, but it still was something really exciting where we got to make our own short films. So that really like set me off in the path to work in the industry. From there, I was making music videos with friends, and that was kind of my way of making friends, because people thought it was cool that someone wanted to like create a video with them and put it to music and post it online. And I think a lot of people had that same experience growing up. That was really big back in the day. And then, yeah, in college, I went to school for film, but I definitely didn't know that I wanted to do editing right away. I was studying directing, writing, cinematography. And then when I studied abroad in Prague in the Czech Republic. And there is when everyone had to choose what they wanted to do on our short films. And everyone wanted to be a writer or a director. And I'm like, well, it seems like no one wants to be an editor. And I do like doing that. So if I do that, it kind of feels like out in the real world, no one will really want to be an editor either, and it'll be easier to get a job. So by kind of realizing that, it felt the most like the best decision to be in the industry, because you want to do something that also can get you into the industry. So me loving editing, but also knowing it's an easier way to get in quickly was the move that I wanted to make.
Wow. I didn't even know you studied in Prague. I want to know what that was like. Like, did you do your full like college experience in Prague?
I was there for 1 semester, so
okay.
Just 3 or 4 months. But during that program that my college lets students do, you have to learn the Czech language and then make a film in that language. So it was very immersive, getting to live in that city, learn the language, and then cast actors who are from the Czech Republic so that they could speak the language. And then we wrote the short film in English, and then we had a translator translate it to Czech. So it was fascinating. Yeah.
And
we also did it all in film. So it wasn't on digital cameras, but all 16mm film.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, but still, like, Czech feels like one of the most difficult languages.
It is, and I don't really remember any of it.
Oh, how many languages do you know?
I don't know any fluently except English, but I know a little bit.
But you carry yourself with English like so well. Like you don't need any other.
I only know a few words in like Spanish. I took French in school and I took Latin, but you can't speak Latin these days. So
yeah, and I can't speak French either. So even though I took it for a few years.
But you know Spanish, which is amazing.
Yeah, I dabble. Okay, so amazing. What's the difference between being like in the editorial department and the TV post-production? Is it the same thing?
Yeah, in a way, like editorial is inside post-production, but normally we say editorial when it's someone who is editing, like an assistant editor or an editor.
Mhm.
And then post-production is the management side. So the post-production assistant, coordinator, supervisor, associate producer, and post-producer.
Wow. And how much do those jobs like intersect? Like, do they, because I would imagine if if you are like part of the more senior crew, you don't maybe you don't edit as much, but do you still kind of edit a little bit, have to do those sort of stuff?
So they're pretty separate because an editor is a very senior role. Like some people stay as an assistant editor for a long time, or some projects have an apprentice editor or an editorial assistant. So there's different ways to get into that. But I would say like an editor is pretty similar to like a producer almost. Sometimes we even give editors producer credit if they've done a lot of work with multiple episodes. So also, we're not union, so people on the post management side have no union to really support us, whereas editors do have a union. So there's some aspects where being an editor is more helpful, but it's harder to get into jobs that are unionized.
Right. Yeah, that's a whole other beast.
Yeah.
So, because you guys don't have a union like in the post production more senior team, because it's more of it's more of an executive role, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Wow, that's
Yeah.
so interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, and how, like, do you remember your first job in like the Hollywood sphere that are in like short films? Like, how did you get there?
Yeah. So thankfully, because I had that internship, so when I was a senior in college, I had heard about this internship program that the Emmys, the Television Academy, who run the Emmys, does this every year. And this program I heard about like my sophomore year of college, and I really wanted to do it, but I knew that doing it when you're like older is better, because sometimes
Mm.
if you do an internship early on in your college career, it's hard to keep those connections through the next couple years of college until you graduate. So it's always better, in my opinion, to get an internship closer to graduation so that you can kind of fold that internship into a career after. So when I was a senior in college, I finally applied to this internship that I was like dreaming of getting. Thankfully, I was able to get that internship about like a month before I graduated. So I moved right to LA after graduating. And they placed me on 2 shows with Fox 21 Studios, which is now owned by Disney. So the shows were Queen of the South and Bark Skins. Yeah, and that was where I got my start in the industry, being an editorial intern, where I was going to learn the ropes
The
about it.
Emmys placed you there.
Yes.
Okay, and what does, because the Emmys, I thought they were like an award. Like
Yeah.
how much do the Emmys do more? Maybe they do more than people think, right?
Yeah, the Emmys is really philanthropic. So their big thing was getting people into the industry who were diverse. So they wanted people of color, people of different household backgrounds. So that was really nice to know that there are people rooting for you, and the Television Academy has this whole side of them that wants to do that.
Okay, yeah, and they, so because how much involvement do the Emmys have in the studios then?
Like in like big studios like Warner Brothers and
Like for example, you said that the Emmys, when you were doing their internship, they place you in these different
yes.
productions. Like how much do they have a say in that?
I wouldn't say that there's too much of a say. Well, the studios actually do have a say. So thankfully, all around the industry, definitely not as much as there should be, but there are people trying to help new people who want to come up in the industry. So Fox 21 partnered with the Emmys and were like, well, we're willing to take on some interns. Thankfully, the Emmys are the ones who got to pay us. So there was nothing that the studios had to like put out for us except for education.
Right.
So yeah, so lots of great studios were willing to participate in this program.
Gotcha. And when you did the shift, when you like the internship was over,
Mhm.
how did you do the shift slash how did you like adapt to the shift? Like how was it like that period in between you
Yeah, that's a
left your
great question.
internship, you left college, and now you're out on your own?
Yeah, so some people don't get as lucky. I'm very fortunate that while I was interning, I got to know all the editors on the projects I was on, and one of them was came up to me one day and said that he is going on to a new project that needs a production assistant, a post-production assistant, and that he'd like to put my resume in the hat for that. So that was really nice to have that connection because in the industry, you often won't get a job unless you know someone. So
Mhm.
by having that recommendation from him, like of my name being someone who is a hard worker, that really helped me get my next job. And so I actually had no time in between. So between after my internship, it ended on a Friday, and I started on Monday on my next job.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's I would say it's lucky, but also it's not because you like I would hire if I were to open a company like a production studio, I would hire you like this quick. Like
Oh, thank you.
I don't know, it's you you're very hardworking. I worked with you for a day, and I know that from that only one day. But
Thank you. That day was
yeah,
crazy. I mean, we had to like sing and dance and shout, so that was fun.
that was funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, let's do like a parenthesis. Let's talk about that for a while.
Mhm.
Central casting. What did you first like? Why did you decide to start doing central casting, which is
Yeah,
the
I mean,
background agency for like background actors for anyone who doesn't know?
yeah, central casting is awesome. I
Yeah.
actually had heard about it, like, back when I was in DC and thought that was the dream. I mean, I know that when you're a background actor, you're often trying to be a principal actor, so it might not be the
Mm.
dream for everyone, but for me, I was like, "That's the coolest side gig to do."
No,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, and so during the pandemic, I had some time to go visit the office in Burbank, get my headshots and give them all the information that I needed, and from there, yeah, I got into central casting, and I was in that for a while. So I got my first gig in 2021 on the show Snowfall, and because I do it on the side, I couldn't do any of the gigs that are during the day on a weekday. So it was very limited for me doing either night shoots or weekends. But I found that to be worth it. And then I later heard about casting networks. So I also do a lot of bookings through casting networks because a lot of commercials shoot on weekends. So I've been able to do more with that, which is really exciting.
Do you stick to background stuff, um, or with casting networks, or do are you starting to get into more other more principal roles?
The thing is I don't really wanna speak on camera. Like, I prefer to be quiet, so either just, like, walking in the background is fun, but I have, recently submitted to hand modeling. So I would like to try some
Oh,
other
wow.
things. I did do some, like, print shoots before, so yeah, anything where I don't really have to talk is good.
Yeah, no, amazing. There's some people who prefer the silence, and I feel
Yeah,
like it's
and they need it. They need to, like, fill the environment,
yeah,
so
exactly.
yeah.
And I'm glad that you do because that like I feel like there's a intersection between people who are more quiet or most are normally more observant, and people who are more observant, then they go more into like the behind the scenes aspect of
Mhm.
theater slash film. So I feel like it fits it fits the mold.
Yeah, it works, and it's also nice because when you work in post-production, you're behind a desk at a screen, so it feels very much more corporate, where
Mm.
and administrative, and it's nice getting to be on set every once in a while and getting to see what that's like.
Yeah, because that's the only chance you currently have to be on set due to your current job, right? Like you
For the
don't.
most part. Yeah, the only times I'd be on set, with my post job is,
Mhm.
to get crafty or to get catering.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes we'll like step on set to do that,
Yeah.
or we'll sometimes they need us for like visual effects. So I have a visual effects team on shows where they will go onto set and make sure that all the like they're getting the plates right, you know, everything looks good for the VFX. And sometimes I'll tag along.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gotcha. So you
Yeah.
still have a chance to like get into the industry. I mean, get into the stage. What am I saying? The stage. What's the name of the buildings?
Um,
Sound stages. Sound
yes, I
stages.
don't know why I
Yeah,
forgot
sound
to.
stages. Apart from central casting, that's good. That's good that
Yeah,
you have like, but it's still different because when you're in the when you're in the shoes of the actor and you have to be like bossed around by like the PAs and stuff, it it gives you a different perspective of like the world of
exactly.
acting. And yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm glad it keeps
Mhm.
us grounded.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, amazing. Um, okay. Do you have any stories, like any fun, interesting stories from central casting and then from um your background? I mean, your editorial job.
Yeah. Mm, this isn't actually central casting, but it is a background gig that I did. And I booked it through Rich King, if you know his casting company. So I
Mhm.
booked this film. Actually, it's not out yet. I just realized,
Okay.
but I booked a film with him, and it was really
Mhm.
fun, really cool. It was a night shoot, so I was out at like 2 a.m. Um, I guess this is not really a fun story, but just outside at 2 a.m. in the cold, wearing heels and a like dress with no jacket. Like looking back on it, it was a little crazy, but in the moment, I actually had so much fun. Like you just have like
Yeah.
that adrenaline rush when you're on set and getting to do
Mm,
something like that, and working with actors who you've like loved for your whole life. So yeah, that was a really fun moment. Another one I did do that has released was a Squid Game promo.
mm.
And that was my first commercial that I did in 2022. That was so much fun. We had to drive up to Santa Clarita, which is pretty far from LA, but it was 2 days, and we actually wore the same costumes that the Squid Game reality show or competition show wore. So it was cool to wear those same outfits
Wow.
and like the green tracksuit.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it was so hot. Like it was in April, and just sprinting back and forth for hours for 2 days straight was a little
Yeah.
crazy. But for me, it was awesome because everyone they hired was Asian. And so it's just so nice to be like surrounded by people who are like you.
Right. Because you're
Mhm.
Asian, right?
Yeah, yes.
I
It's funny,
didn't know this.
they wanted Korean people because it's a
Oh,
Korean show, but they
right.
got a
Is it?
little
Oh, I
desperate.
didn't know. I actually
Yeah,
haven't
they got
watched it. I
desperate.
just know the imagery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they were like, "We'll take any Asian at this point." So I was like,
Oh,
"Okay."
okay.
Yeah, I have a little Korean blood in me, so I kind of milked that, but
Yeah. Good.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Milking is good. Okay. So I did want to like touch on that part of like how when we watch a movie or like before you did background and stuff, you probably never realized how tough it is to do like a single 1 minute or even less shot or scene.
Mhm.
Um and like how hard and like the conditions are sometimes really against you.
Yeah.
um and I did want to like put an emphasis on that, like how much it takes to like, because I didn't know how exhausting it was till I got in the
I bet.
signed in, got in the tent, changed in the tent, got went to crafty, was cold, took your jacket.
Yeah,
um
yeah, when we worked on the show Vampirina, he was, like, under a vent and super cold, so I loaned him my jacket.
that's so I had forgotten about that, and I'm
Yeah,
still like how, why did I do that? But it's so
it
nice
was
for you.
great, a bonding experience.
Hopefully I didn't like expand it.
No, actually, that jacket shrunk in the wash recently, so so
Oh,
we're good. It's actually
that's
too small
good.
now.
That's good.
But,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it's crazy because I think all actors feel this, like, you go on set for a day, maybe multiple days, and you're so excited about it, and then on my end of things in post-production, we cut it all down, and you might not see everything that you shot that day. So I know that can be disappointing sometimes, or working 2 days for a 60-second promo and all you see is like your legs running across screen. So I
Yeah,
totally
for the
get that.
Vampirina shoot, I didn't even appear. I was like,
No. Yeah, I bet if
no,
you
but it's
paused
okay.
it, you could like find yourself.
Yeah, but it was really blurry. But it's
Yeah.
okay. We were dancing to the force of nature.
Yeah. You should play that song on this podcast.
Yeah, we should. I don't want to get copyright struck.
Oh yeah, never mind.
It's okay. It's okay. 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 And yeah, for okay, central casting stories. Yeah, background. Oh, I did want to say also, acting background stuff is apart from that you might not always appear on the shot, like how still hard the conditions are for I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, let's move let's move past
No
that.
worries.
I got lost. But okay, for the TV post-production stories, do you have any like wild
Yeah.
stories that
Yeah.
once happened to you?
It's hard to think of wild stories just because post-production is so quiet sometimes. Everyone just at their desk. But
Yeah.
I have a really great team where I get to like go in maybe once a week, have fun with my team and eat lunch together. So that's always fun. One of the best things that I feel like I did when I was a post coordinator was ADR. And that's something that all actors know about. But I would contact managers, and whenever there were scenes that we needed to re-record lines for, I would check on actor schedules with the managers and get them into studios to re-record those lines. And so just getting to like book actors like Penn Badgley or Taika Waititi was always so much fun. And then I would get to be on those sessions through Zoom, since they are always like all over the place. So they'd be in New York or Australia, but still getting to be on those sessions and seeing how those talented people work was really cool. Taika Waititi was so fun because he works on so many shows because he's a showrunner, producer, director, and actor. So his mind is just all over the place. And when I had my session with him, he, for some reason, wanted to take a picture of us like through Zoom. So I thought that was nice of him. So we kind of like waved to the camera. But
Oh.
yeah, lots
So
of really
he's
nice
nice in real life?
Yeah, from what I experienced, he's nice.
From
Penn
your
Badgley is nice. Yeah, there's just so many big actors who are really nice.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good to know because sometimes you can get like the feeling that because that comes back to the background acting stuff. Like, what is your opinion? Because I've heard different opinions as to that. Like, but the most common opinion is that you shouldn't like talk to actors at all. You should like make your and I didn't at all because I was scared. Like, and I was told so many stories of like, no, you don't talk to actors while you're in background, like main cast. Do you agree with that sentiment?
I do agree with it. I don't know, maybe you ended up talking to some and it worked out well, but I do think that there is that divide. And
Yeah.
you know, sometimes like principal actors, they have to be in a certain space, and you don't want to interrupt that. So I definitely agree. Maybe if you're like in holding and you run into them, you could talk to them. But definitely when they're like on set, I feel like they're in
Right.
their
Yeah. No.
element.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Although, like one time when I was when I was doing Rooster, I saw Steve Carell on the Crafty. And he was like really relaxed, and I was like, oh, I wish I want to talk to him,
Oh.
but I won't
Oh,
because
you
I was so
didn't.
scared. Like I was
Now I
starting to
wish you
sweat.
did. I wish you talked to him
Yeah.
because the team that I work with is the same team that does Rooster. And I always hear
Okay.
such nice things about Steve. So I'm sure he would have been happy to
Yeah,
talk to you.
he looks like a sweetheart, but I was so scared. Like
Yeah, it's
it's
okay.
also like you're starstruck but yeah,
Yeah, I get that.
I should have. Maybe who knows? Who knows where I'd be?
Next time you run into him, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not for like my personal career gain. It's not for that. It's just like you never know You never know like, for example, we worked a day in a set, and
Mhm.
we're now doing a podcast like 2 days. I mean,
Yeah,
a year
exactly.
later. So it's
That was
like,
always the thing for me, like, doing
yeah.
background. I feel like everyone's in their own space in background holding, like reading a
Mm,
book or listening to music, and they don't really wanna talk
yeah.
to other people. But I love like, every time I do a background gig, I just, like, had the best time meeting people. So, I
Yeah,
think
me too.
that's
Like
the best.
meeting so many different people from around the world sometimes. Well,
Yeah.
with me, it's an example,
Yeah.
but yeah, and it's crazy. Like the amount of connections. Not only, like I said, it's not like a professional gain.
Mhm.
Of course, there's like that. Like you can networking always serves your
Mhm.
professional life, but it's also like a we got your back kind of world. And I feel like like before doing central casting, and this is why I always like recommend. I'm not sponsored by central casting, but everyone I talk to that is like living in LA and like, oh, I want to find a job, I recommend central casting, because it's like you're always before going into that, like I had my college people I met at college as my like net work, and that was it.
Mhm.
But like when I went to central casting, I started like meeting so many people, and then they knew each other, and then it was like I started like discovering the society of actors in LA, and everyone knew each other from some, like
Mhm.
everyone knew someone at least that I already knew, and it was
Yeah.
really fun to do that, and it makes you also feel like part of something and also not so lonely. Yeah.
Exactly. You need that community and, like
Mm.
exactly, not everything is for, networking. Some things are just to
Yeah.
make friends, and especially when you have things in common, like acting or
Mm.
being someone who wants to be in the industry. Also, one time, I had worked with this one, background actor on that Squid Game promo, like, 2 years ago, and or I guess, yeah, that was 2 years ago in 2024. I said 2022 last time, which was wrong. And, I, like, ran into him, like, the other month because I was lost. I was on the street, like, looking for background holding, and I couldn't find it, and he was like, "Are you a background actor too?" And I was like, "Oh my goodness, I know you." So, like, he wasn't just a random person, it was, like,
Yeah.
reconnecting after 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you guys didn't get like your Instagrams or something in between those two
We
shoots?
did in between, but I never know, like, what shoot he's gonna be on, but
Right.
it's always fun
Yeah,
to, like,
like
run
like
into
yeah. You're right,
Yeah.
you're right. But
Mhm.
that's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you always also meet like with Wiley, remember Wiley?
Yeah.
After I think after Vampirina or before Vampirina, we done like three other background stuff.
Oh, wow.
So and it was like we kept seeing each other and bumping into each other. So it
Yes.
was it was
The
funny.
same with me, there's, like, this one background actor who I always see, like, I think it's been 3 gigs now, so it's fun.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay. Let's see. Would you, because you're working right now with Warner Brothers,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of stuff going around in the news
Yeah.
area about Warner Bros. What's gonna happen to it? I do want to ask you if you could say anything about it. Like, what are your thoughts? Are you scared? Are you are you chill about it? Oh, should you be scared? I don't know. What is there
Yeah, that's
anything?
yeah, very, very good question. Yeah, I mean, I was always against this merger happening. I think mergers are never really a good thing, but especially with just the whole political climate, this is not a great one to be a part of. But I think that mergers can definitely affect people who are like studio side, who are um, like in positions that could be taken away. So like if you're a coordinator at Warner Brothers and maybe once you merge, they want the coordinator from Paramount, then you're out of luck and out of a job. Thankfully, on like show side, I work with Bill Lawrence, who is a well-known and like acclaimed showrunner, and so thankfully he has a good space in Hollywood and he has a deal. So because he has a deal with Warner Bros, like I don't think that can be taken away. So as long as like he's making good work and he also likes our team, then we'll thankfully still be employed. But that's why it's so important to like diversify your network. And so there's people from HBO, which is owned by Warner Brothers, but people from HBO, Warner Brothers, Universal, Showtime, who I stay connected with, because you just never know when you might be out of a job and need to reach out to someone. Not reach out saying like, hire me, but just like reminding them who you are, maybe getting drinks or a coffee. Yeah, it's always good to keep those networks alive.
Yeah. Would you have rather it? What would you have rather happen? Like Warner Bros. Stayed Warner Bros. Right? That's yeah. But why didn't that happen? Like, was Warner Bros. So in debt that?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know too much, but I do think it is very political. So, because Warner Bros. Owns CNN, I believe Paramount, which is owned by CBS, they wanted to silence as many liberal media outlets as they could. So they did anything they could to own or to buy Warner Brothers. I don't think they necessarily have the money for it. I think that they're going into debt trying to do this, or they're borrowing money from someone. Sure, Warner Brothers is in debt, but they also make some of the best content out there. So it's very strange that they were willing to be bought out.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering, because I did ask ChatGPT on a stream, I think. I was like looking at it like, okay, let's investigate this.
Yeah.
And it did say that Warner Bros. Was like really in debt, and that's the reason why. But it's interesting to know, like maybe that's what it appears like. Maybe that's like what the trades are saying, but maybe there's more to that than.
Yeah, and I guess they could be really in debt and still make good content. I mean, that happens. So
exactly. Maybe they do good content because they're in debt.
Exactly. Yeah, they're putting so much money out there to make this content, but maybe it's not returning.
Sometimes, because like sometimes, I don't know. I wonder, because it's really expensive to create stuff in Hollywood and in like anywhere, honestly. But because I didn't realize until I started doing background, because it's like, okay, we might say, okay, we didn't get paid as much as background for like the minimum amount of hours, but it's still like, imagine that times every background actor times the main cast, that like times the gaffers, the PAs, everyone, and it's like it adds up, and it's like so much money in the end of the day.
Exactly. And I mean, they have to make their days, so they're going to do it how they can, whether that's giving everyone meal penalties or extending the show. Like on my shows, we always get extended multiple months. So
yeah, which is why I wonder, like, where do they get the money like to pay?
Exactly. That's a good point.
Yeah. It must be on another level of economy, like maybe when they produce the show, have it ready, then they send it out or put it on their streaming service, and there must be so lucrative, the streaming services, that they can make it back, and maybe they don't, and that's why we're in this mess. I mean, I always say we, but like,
I mean, I don't know. I think that streaming services are unfortunately for the worse. So like I think that companies made more money back when it was all network based.
yeah.
I
think that's like a well-known thing. Like, I don't think streaming service are what they like, the gold pot of luck that they thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, and now we're turning back into cable.
Oh, really? Are we?
I mean, not actually, but just the way that there's so many streaming services and you have to buy each one now.
Oh, okay. You mean like in the sense of like now it's the same thing.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting take, that it might have been like more of a political move on the part Paramount, because I mean, yeah, Paramount, because also Netflix wanted to
Hmm.
buy Warner Bros.
Yeah.
So that makes me think like, is it really a political thing?
Yeah, I think
Like,
Netflix just stepped in because they knew that that would be the better of the two options for buying. So they're like, let's try to buy it as well. But they wanted to like make movies not be in theaters as long. So they had another
yeah, that's the
agenda.
thing. Like, is it
Yeah,
really the best option?
I know. Either option would have been not great, but Netflix
Right,
might
because
have been
Netflix
better.
is also like the biggest streaming service probably that is out there. So imagine,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
But
weird. It
also,
would have
yeah,
been.
I don't know. I agree that like the more companies gobble each other up, um, in a business with that's so centralized and it's so like there's what
Mhm.
like five main streaming, I mean, studios.
Yeah.
It's it's like
Yeah, our
it's
content's
not
gonna
good
get
for
less.
anyone, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, like, we'll see. We'll see. Is that like secure? Is that already like okay? It's over. Like
Um,
it's done.
I don't
The
know how
done
much
deal.
farther they have to go, but I know, like, I think the Warner Bros. Like shareholders or something already voted for it to happen. So they're getting
Oh, that
closer.
'cause it's taking a while for it. Like since the news came out until now, it's
Yeah,
like
I
what's
think they
going on
said
right
it's
now.
gonna take at least till the fall. So there's some time.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I bet it takes a while to negotiate all the little bits and pieces
Exactly.
of something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is really fun. Okay. I did want to ask you also about you do headshots, don't you? You do photography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do headshots necessarily. I do my own, but
Oh,
I do family photo shoots normally.
okay. Yeah, I did want to ask you about that. You do photography too, because
Yeah.
your website is has a lot of photos of people who aren't you, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, is that like a part of stuff that you haven't done in a while?
I got into photography when I was in high school, and so, I started my photography business then. I did a lot of family photo shoots then, and then it turned into graduation shoots and, like, business headshots for students in college, um, some people outside of college, and then when I moved to LA, I was like, "I'm gonna stop this business because this is a lot of work." And then I found like an agency out here that could find you clients. So I did that for a bit. I'm not doing it right now. We'll see if I end up getting back into it, but it's a little bit tough when you have like an agency taking a cut of the money and it's already very low pay. So I would have to probably do it on my own instead of going through that company.
Yeah, and that takes a while I bet to like
Yeah, the
start.
editing is crazy. And I'm also
Yeah.
driving like all over LA to get to the clients. So it
Oh,
wasn't the
they don't
best.
go to you?
No, because sometimes my clients are nearby, so but often
Okay.
they're, like, in a public space, like, in a garden
Oh,
at City
right, right.
Hall,
Maybe they
so I
want
have
like
to
a
get
certain shoot
there. Mhm.
location.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, it must take a lot of time to like you have a lot of on your plate right now, probably.
Yeah, the editing part was the hardest part because they needed the
Yeah.
photos in, within 2 days, and that's very fast.
Yeah, that's interesting because like same in probably you can attest to this in your like job, like main job.
Mhm,
And I can too with this podcast. Like for example, the post production I do on the podcasts, like when I edit, like when I do the reels, like that takes much longer than probably a whole episode takes
mhm.
to film.
Exactly, and we work
So
on,
yeah,
like, TV shows, like an hour-long episode, and we get months to edit that, so
right.
it's hard to think, like, I'm editing I normally take, like, 1,000 photos when I do these, photography gigs, and I have to cull through all the 1,000 photos and, like,
Yeah.
narrow it down to, like, 100, in 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you also do you also I bet you also use this all this because this is all in the same like venue. Like
Mhm,
it has all to do like photography, filmmaking, editing, like it's all the same
mhm.
animal.
Yeah.
So I bet you used your like you use your filmmaking skills and like eye in your photography, and you use that again in your filmmaking slash editing. Like it's all connected, right?
Yeah, and I think that's the awesome thing about working in an artistic field is that there's so many avenues to use your talents. And so however you find best fits for your lifestyle and making money is always good. And I like to diversify that by doing as many side projects as I can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's that's a good idea in this economy.
Yeah.
What are your favorite projects to work on that you've worked on, or in general?
Yeah. So my favorite show that I've worked on is Our Flag Means Death for HBO Max. That was the first show that I did as a post coordinator in 2021. And it was just so exciting moving from being a production assistant to a coordinator, because as a coordinator, you're really in the action of helping create the show. The PA does a lot of that too, but a lot of being a PA is going on runs and getting food for people. So being a coordinator was so cool, and also working on a show that I felt really mattered. Our Flag Means Death is a gay pirate comedy, so it I think was a section of TV that didn't exist before that could really help a lot of people feel connected to something. So
The
I
gay
like working on
pirate
projects like
comedy
that.
niche.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that's very specific, but somehow it worked.
Yeah, is that the one? Yeah, I think that's the one we showed in the intro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that
With
was
Leslie
awesome.
Jones. Is that Leslie Jones, right?
Yes, yeah, Leslie Jones
Yeah.
is in
Okay.
it. Fred Armisen, he's my favorite comedian. Yeah, lots of great actors were in that. I've
Okay.
honestly loved working on, like, every show that I
Yeah.
showed in that clip in the beginning.
Right. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Um, but was there like was the experience of Our Flag Means Death? Like, what made it stand out for you, apart from, of course, the theme maybe of the show?
Mm. Yeah, everyone who I worked with was so kind. It was during the pandemic, so I think that also kind of bonds you, because
Mm.
we had to go through all of the, like, COVID testing, wearing the masks, the
How is
office.
that? I wanna know also, like, how is it working in the film industry in the pandemic? Is it like during the
Mhm.
COVID pandemic and the like, I don't know what's going on right now in the world, but like
Yeah,
I don't
this new
hopefully
virus.
nothing like that happens ever again. But
I know, I hope
how
not.
was it? How was that
Yeah,
experience?
it was scary at first, because I was still working on a show, and thankfully, again, I got very lucky where all my projects could keep me on during these times, both during the pandemic and during the strike, both strikes.
All right.
Yeah, so I was still on a project, but we just moved to work from home during the pandemic, um, and once I wrapped that project in July, I got onto a couple other projects as an editor. So I was able to do that, and everything when you're in post production is pretty easy to do remotely. So that was very fortunate. Um, and then, yeah, I worked a PA job during the pandemic where you just had to do all the pandemic stuff, like wear the
Oh,
masks and not touch too many things. But they were really determined out here to make things work and still get content out, which was great. And they
yeah.
had whole teams, COVID teams, that would do all the COVID testing and making sure we had the PPE. Yeah,
What's
so
that? The PPE.
I forget what it stands for, but it's like
Okay,
the
let's look it up.
pandemic
Let's look it up.
protocol, like masks, gloves, hand sanitizer, things like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I even worked at a company that, like, did all of that. Like, it was a COVID production company. So we did COVID testing
Oh,
for commercials and, yeah, I mean, that was like a whole side of the industry that gave jobs to people that
yeah.
now doesn't exist.
I
Um,
guess.
yeah, and then, yeah, during the strikes, I was working on Bad Monkey season 1, and thankfully, because they had shot everything, like, a year and a half before, we were still
Mm.
in the editing phase, and so we were able to continue working.
Oh, that's good. You've had like there's been a lot of moments in your career where you've like feared for your job probably.
I know. I mean, I think that's life. I think
Yeah,
there's always
true.
something that comes up, and people say that an industry like every 7 years turns over. So there's always going to be
Mm.
something that comes up that's going to change the industry.
No,
And I mean,
yeah.
I think it's happening more often than 7 years, but
Yeah, it's happening every 2 years.
there's lots. And then there's the whole AI debacle. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's a whole other animal
yeah,
again.
totally.
Um, yeah, it's interesting because like it's like every 10 years there's an economic crash.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly.
Similar to that probably. But now it's like every 2 years there's something that makes
Yeah,
actors go crutch their and like the
yeah.
entertainment industry like crutch their pearls, I guess that's the term.
Yeah, you have to have a thick skin to work in this industry, and I think
Hmm.
anyone who does it is someone who should be praised.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Wow. I yeah. It's hard though, like enduring here. Like I also would praise people who wouldn't like maybe they're more would say like, okay, I won't do this and I'm leaving. Like maybe that's the smartest thing too.
That's true too. I think, yeah, being reasonable about it too, knowing
Yeah.
like you also need to survive. So getting
Right. Because you were
another
reasonable
job.
when you decided like for example doing the like editing job, you were like you were thinking about it. Okay, where would I fit
Mhm.
that would give me a job quickly and
Yeah.
what do I like still? Like what do I enjoy?
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I mean, I understand how hard it is, especially to be like an actor, a director, a writer. Those are some of, I think, the hardest fields in the industry. And so still keeping the dream alive and trying to make that work, but also working another gig or another job is really important too.
Mm, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. You are you are you are in some unions though, right? You're in the IATSE.
Yes. So I'm in IATSE Local 700, which is for editors, but I'm on the roster. So I don't have to pay until I work an editing job for a month, I believe. Um,
Uh-huh.
so that's nice. I have that kind of on the sidelines if I ever
Yeah.
wanted to go there. I'm also I've been in the Producers Guild, and that one's just a guild, not a union, so there's no benefits except for like going to
Mm.
events, but it's still fun to be part of that community. And then I'm also in the Television Academy, so there I just recently got into it, but as a
Mhm.
full member where I can vote in the Emmys and go to a lot of fun
Mhm.
events.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so interesting. There's so many stuff about that it's like is it do like for example the well you're not actively right now doing any of those union slash guild stuff,
The only
right?
one that's active is the Television Academy, so
Right.
we go to, like, events once or twice a week, yeah, that's the fun thing.
Hmm. And when did you join that? Like how long ago?
Well, I actually joined it 2 years ago, but you can be, like, an associate member when you're a post coordinator, and now that I'm a post supervisor with enough credits, they bumped me up to full member, which is where I
Wow.
can vote in the Emmys. So that only
Yeah.
happened, like, a month ago.
Oh, so you haven't voted in the Emmys yet?
Not yet. So now I feel determined to watch every TV show I can, but
Right,
I
right. Now
I
you
love
have like
watching.
a
Yeah,
purpose to do it.
exactly. I always call
Uh,
watching TV research because I love doing it, but I
Yeah.
know that when you work in the industry, people are gonna bring up random TV shows, and you need to be able to talk with them about it.
Yeah, you're 100%. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
I need to work on that. Like I gave myself the how do you say the New Year's resolution. Like
Yeah.
it's May already, but like to try and watch like more, like go more to the theaters, watch random movies that maybe I wasn't
Mhm.
like okay, I'm going in skeptical.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, going to the
and
theaters is important.
yeah, and
Mhm.
it's hard like the adaptation process because sometimes it's like I don't want to watch this movie, but then it's like you're probably most of the time you're surprised and you're like
Yeah.
I didn't know you I like this.
I'm also so, positive about things. Like every movie or TV show I watch, I'm like, they did a good job. Like
Yeah,
there's nothing bad because I know how hard they worked on it.
true, true.
Yeah.
But also that's we have to, like, if you're in the Emmy selection
I
process,
know.
you probably
I
need to
have
be
to be like,
more tough.
yeah, exactly.
And how is it like? Isn't there like you can't vote on your stuff, right? On the stuff you worked on, or can you?
Actually, that's a good question. I'll have to look into that because I would
Yeah,
definitely be voting for those.
maybe because it would be interesting to know.
Mhm.
Because I mean, I don't know. Maybe I feel like isn't Emmys and like Oscars and all that kind of more of a, instead of like an actual accolade to the, like the, oh, this one's better than this one.
Mhm.
It's more of like a, I feel like it's more of a honorary thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
Yeah.
there's just so many good projects out there. It's hard to choose one. And I think like a lot of it is campaigning. Like Netflix does a lot of campaigning for their shows. So that's why I think they get a lot of awards.
Yeah, and also like what, like according to who this one's better than, like what are the parameters this.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's also like, yeah, you don't know who is in the voting membership. So if
exactly.
like the Oscars, if the people voting are all like older men, then you're gonna get a skewed reaction to films.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't think that, what's the name, one battle after another should have won the main like the,
Oh
how do you
yeah,
say it?
that was good. I
See, it
mean,
was
but they're all so good.
maybe, but I don't know. I didn't like that one. I personally, I was like, is it because of taste? Like, who decides? Because I wouldn't have picked it if I was
Mhm.
me, the Mr.
Oh,
Oscar.
yeah, you wouldn't have picked it. Yeah, no, I
Yeah, I
agree.
wouldn't.
Actually, I wouldn't have picked that either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's why I'm like who makes these decisions?
yeah, it was tough. I was Team
Yeah,
Sinners.
me too. Or
Yeah.
honestly, I don't remember the other ones. I thought that it was gonna be between those two because of like the, I don't know, like they were gaining more traction. Like,
Mhm.
oh, which one's gonna be?
Yeah. You know, I really liked
Um,
Marty Supreme, and he like got
oh,
nothing. So
yeah, and that makes me think that it was like because of the Timothy Chalamet controversy.
yeah, exactly.
But
His
also
publicity.
like this shouldn't be a, how you say, um shouldn't be a factor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I didn't like the message from one battle after another. It was like I was like, is this what I should start doing?
I know.
I don't know. I felt like, I don't know, I felt icky after that after that
Yeah,
movie.
and that final scene, I was like, hmm,
Yeah, that
poor
was
Sean Penn.
crazy. Yeah, but okay. I guess that's what I won. And
Yeah.
honestly, the Oscars are, and the Emmys are like I said, they're not. I don't think people watch them like, oh, like this one won an Oscar, so I'm gonna watch the movie.
Mhm.
Like the cultures are so divided nowadays. I feel like,
Yes.
like I've been always told that, like back in the, before I was born even, like the cultures were more, like there was one mainstream culture and
Mhm.
everyone knew Michael Jackson, everyone loved Michael Jackson or Elvis Presley or whoever, like they, it
Right.
was the
Mhm.
same like area. And now it's
Mhm.
like there's so many niches that everyone is into.
I know, and there's so many
Yeah.
more famous people now, so it's like which there's too many to choose. It's like
And
which person am I gonna
there's a wide range of people. It's not like this is the type of the Marilyn Monroe is the type of box
Mhm.
we want to fit. Like there's so much diversity, I guess,
Mhm.
of like options,
Yeah.
and there's not like one, like, okay, this is the Oscar goes to this movie. Like I feel like that's why I feel like they're not so relevant anymore, because the
Yeah.
cultures
Yeah,
here
it's
are so
definitely tough.
divided that are like, maybe a group of people culturally want this one to win and the other one wants that one to
Exactly.
win.
Yeah, and some of the categories are strange too. Like in the Golden Globes, having musical and comedy in the same category.
Yeah.
Like maybe they should make different categories so that
Yeah, but
more
then there's the thing that there's not enough musicals probably a
That's
year.
true. Yes. Well,
Yeah.
maybe we should start making more musicals.
Maybe.
I
I
love
think
a
that's the
musical.
takeaway.
Yeah.
But yeah, because like I know that, for example, like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, like movies that weren't in the Oscars, like people know like, oh, the Oscar winner, I don't know,
Mhm.
all the Oscar winners were like, wow, like they were an Oscar winner, so I must watch it.
Mhm.
But nowadays, I feel like, okay, one battle after another one, I don't think people have their preferences and they're not gonna watch it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Interesting. Well, I hope you make a good decision for the Emmys.
Thank you. I'll try my best. I'm a big fan of the ones that won last season. So like The Pit and The Studio.
Oh, wait,
So
let
good.
me let's what let's Emmys 2025 winners. Okay, the Pit, yeah. The Pit
Mhm.
was with Central Casting.
Yes, it would be so cool to be on that because you have like a gig for months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Also, there's so many different, like there's the actor, like there's the SAG-AFTRA awards.
Mhm.
There's the actors uh, something award.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
a
know.
bunch.
There's so many different types of awards, and it's like, why not just make one for the Emmys, the Tonys, the Oscars, and that's it, or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like that's what people used to pay attention to, but now I watch every award show because there's so many.
Yeah, and that's too much in my
Yeah,
I don't see the reasoning behind too many. And at the end of the day, they all win the same thing. I mean,
that's
like,
true.
I mean, the
Mhm.
same person. I mean, the same movie or actor wins. Let's
Yeah.
see. Okay, who won the last year? Can you see this? No.
Mm-mm.
Let's see
Oh,
this. Can you see this?
yes. Yeah,
Okay, the
lots of
Pit, the Studio. Oh, I've heard about this one.
yeah, those were great. Severance.
Yeah. Where's Severance?
Tremel Tillman won it,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and
yeah.
Britt Lauer.
Okay. Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, I think because he was ending his show, maybe?
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm saying. Like, why you
Yeah.
shouldn't gift someone like an award because they're like, oh, this is their last
Yeah.
chance. I don't know. I don't feel like humanitarian award. What even is that?
Oh, that's a new one. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But I do like
Okay.
Ted dancing.
Yeah, me too. But I don't know what that award is. Is that like some sort of ecological?
Yeah.
Interesting. Adolescence. I haven't
Adolescence.
watched that one.
That was good. It was scary.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it was scary. You said?
Well, just like the concept of it was scary.
Yeah, yeah. I've
Mhm.
heard, but I
But
don't
very
feel
well
like I
made.
want.
Every episode is a one shot. So
Oh,
very
really?
impressive. Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's like that other movie that I don't remember the name, but they did like the whole entire movie in one shot.
1917, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I
Mhm.
think that was
Yeah.
Hacks. Why?
I love Hacks, and I need to see the final season.
Wait, what one?
Hacks. The new season
You?
just came out.
Oh, it just came out, really?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so interested in all this. I like I said, I haven't watched any of these shows. I'm still watching season 39 of Grey's Anatomy, and then I feel like I need to stop at some point.
Speaking of Grey's Anatomy, you said you were in it, background acting.
Yeah, that's
That's
what.
exciting.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I haven't watched myself yet.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I
interesting.
mean, a lot of these shows that win the awards are Warner Brothers, so I do believe that
Yeah,
they're some of the best.
yeah. I think that's not something that's not biased because
Mhm.
this proves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Pete filming Warner Bros. The
Mhm.
Penguin, I think. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, anything that's HBO is also like tied to
Yeah.
Warner Brothers, but it's so fun because I work on the back or work on the lot at Warner Brothers, so I get to
Yeah.
like see all the pit and the studio things
Yeah, they do
being
a
filmed.
lot in Warner Bros. They do like I
Yeah.
think
I'm like, "Oh, there's like Seth Rogen's car in Office. Like there's the pit
yeah.
ambulances."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. That's so interesting. I'm so like I wish we could talk and talk about this, but sometimes some things that I'm like, should we talk about this like
Yeah.
COVID stuff or dive deep into the political
I know, so many
environment of
things.
Warner Bros. Like maybe we should leave it right there. But I don't know. Um I'm so interesting. Let's see if is there anything else I wanted to ask you about? Um oh, okay. What is your dream project for the future? Like, is there a project that you would want to work on in the future that's like your dream?
Yeah, that's such a hard question because I feel like when I get a job, I'm like, "This was my dream and it's happened." Like, my dream at first was to work at HBO, and I got to work on an HBO show. My dream was to work at Universal Studios, and then I got to work on The Burbs at Universal. So it's always exciting, like, any new job I get, I feel like can
Mm,
fit under that umbrella of, "This was my dream." Um, but I do really like HBO shows. So like getting to work on another HBO show would be great. Um, the studio would be really cool to work on. Yeah, that's a really fun show, and I love any show that kind of has to do with the industry. So working on
yeah.
Hacks would have been cool. I know that they've wrapped, but
Mm,
like I think the next time like some kind of industry show comes out, that would be really awesome to work on, and especially with
yeah.
like big actors who I've looked up to. That would be really cool.
I agree. I agree. Which one would you recommend out of all the like TV shows that are about the industry? Which one's the most accurate to watch? I
Honestly,
mean,
yeah, honestly, the studio is very accurate to me.
okay.
Yeah, it's a fun one. There's some
I'll add
anxiety
them
in
to
there.
my list out of the first ones I want to watch.
Yeah, and I love Hacks. I mean, Hacks isn't, directly because it's about, like, a comedian, a late night host,
Right.
so she turns into late night host, but, there's definitely elements. Like, they shot at Universal Studios last season, and so when I was on the backlot, I was like, "That's so funny." Like, I recognize every location, and, um like, I
Yeah.
feel the exact same way that Hannah Einbinder's character feels sometimes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's accurate then. 'Cause now Euphoria is turning into a uh
Yes.
'cause I'm watching that for reasons. No,
Mhm.
that sounded even weirder than it should have sounded. But like, I'm watching it because I'm interested in who might appear
Yeah.
one day. But um, it's just what was I gonna say? Oh, that they're doing like they're in the Warner Bros. Lot, like they're filming like oh the director,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, that's really
state.
cool. I haven't
Yeah.
started the new season yet, but, yeah, I got, asked to be on, one of those episodes, and
Oh,
I
really?
was like, "This sounds so different than the past 2 seasons, like,
Yeah, it feels like
why are they
it
on the
feels
backlot?
different.
Why are they at a" like, I won't say what they're doing, but
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it's okay.
yeah.
Maybe it hasn't aired yet. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. Interesting. I'll will yeah. And there's this other show that they've all come out like in the last year, which is interesting. There's
Mhm.
like this Marvel show, this Marvel superhero show that's
Yes.
like Wonder Boy,
Wonder
Wonder
Man, is it?
Wonder Man, Wonder.
I think. I watched,
Yeah.
some of it. It was really good.
That
Yeah.
also is like industry related.
Yeah, and that felt realistic as well.
Yeah, I've heard. I need to watch that too. Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone, I recommend The Studio, Hacks, and Wonder Man. We
Yeah, and there's
recommend.
probably some more, but I can't
Yeah.
remember them right now.
But those the three like came out like a season came out from those shows in the past year, so it's
Yeah,
interesting.
definitely.
Okay. Amazing. Is there anything you wanna say extra? Ask me, talk about. Is there any topic that you wanna
I
conclude with?
mean, we haven't talked in so long, so I'm just curious what your next steps are.
Oh, I'm
What are you
curious
doing with
too,
your life
actually.
and career?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know you. I probably haven't told you anything about. We've talked about your future, your past, your present. Okay. Yeah. No. I'm actually currently in college again. So I
Nice.
went to AMDA in New York and in LA for college for acting, and now like my visa ended. Like I worked a year in the industry, like the year we met, and now my visa ended. I moved back to Chile, and now I'm in studying business,
Oh, cool.
which feels like a complete 180. But um, I don't know. I wanna. It's always in the same direction. I feel because I wanted to be something that would get me a, how you say, like a shoe in. Is
Hmm.
that like a foot in the door? Is
Yeah.
that the term? Probably.
Yes.
Because like I've always wanted to be like a director too, like be behind the camera too, and stuff like that, and slash the executive offices. I've always wanted to work at Disney.
Hmm.
Um, I've always wanted to be the Disney CEO,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is which I'm going like higher and higher in the things that I wanted to be. And I've always wanted to like work in the entertainment industry either way. So I
Hmm.
feel like this is a nice way. And also, then maybe one day return to acting. I don't know. I still
Yeah.
have the careers here are 5 years.
Mm.
So like any career, like so it's not like 4 years like in the US. Um,
Yeah.
well, and medicine is like 9 and
Wow.
stuff like
I
that.
mean, you'll
Yeah.
be extra educated, which is good.
Yeah, I guess. I guess, but
And
it's
you're
really
young.
tough.
You're pretty young, right? So
Yeah, I'm 22.
yeah. So like,
Yeah,
I totally agree with what you're doing. Like, it's um, people in the industry have so many different backgrounds, so it's not like you have to go to
true.
film school and then directly, or go to theater school and then directly work in the industry. There's so many
Mm,
paths. I know people who studied economics or psychology in college and then turned to the film industry. So you can always come back to acting. I think business is a great way to solidify something good.
that's true.
Hmm.
That's true. And also, like, acting is such a, now that I think about it, like, psychology also kind of relates with the the entertainment industry. Like, it's
Hmm.
like art in general is such a wide career that you can like take um
Hmm.
career path. So
Yeah.
yeah, anything kind of helps in that
Totally.
scenario.
And
And
it's,
also,
I mean, there's
yeah,
there's an aspect to being an artist that is just having talent. So you don't always need to go
yeah,
to school for it. It's good to like study up and brush on your skills and learn things, but as long as you have that drive and that talent, I
true.
think that yeah, you can be successful.
Maybe we'll bump one day again in the, rather than in the background doing background, we'll bump each other on on another aspect of work
Yeah,
life.
on the at the
Who
halls
knows?
of Disney.
Yeah, maybe, or Warner Bros. Let's say if you're
Yeah,
still there, hopefully. Yeah.
yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah. No, but I bet you're one of the literally most, how do you say, most, not ambitious. That sounds like a bad. It's not bad, but like a very determined person. You very correct, like always doing the correct stuff. I don't know. You seem very put together. You seem very um like out of everyone that went to that I worked in background, like you seem like a great asset to anyone's team. So I would, like I said at the beginning, so I would be comfortable, kind of. I don't know if I were you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. where can people find you if they want to follow you, if they want to um follow your stuff?
Yeah, I mean, my Instagram is Emily Eldridge Hall. And then that's also my LinkedIn. I always recommend people use LinkedIn because for anyone, like if they see a show or a film they really like, watch the credits and then find a production assistant, maybe a coordinator who worked on that project, and find them on LinkedIn and just do a cold message to them. I think there's nothing could go wrong doing that. The worst they
Right.
can do is ignore you, probably, maybe say
Yeah.
no, but always reach out and be like, I loved this project that you worked on. People have done that to me a lot, and it's always flattering to get those messages. And sometimes the person will be willing to have coffee with you, have a Zoom call with you, and making another connection in the industry is always helpful. So
True.
anyone can reach out to me on LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's actually a really smart thing you're saying, because like my mom also recommended, because she works in like she's also like in the business world, I guess. So she's like, oh, you should get LinkedIn. And I was like, but like as an actor, is that useful?
Yeah, maybe
Um,
as an actor you don't necessarily need it. Like you can make sure your IMDb looks good. But
right.
but I think if you're doing business or any other part of the industry like directing, it'll be good to have LinkedIn.
Yeah, but I would even, now that you're saying, like, I would even think that it's a useful thing if you're even an actor to have it, because so many producers have, and people in behind the scenes have LinkedIn, maybe not actors, but
Mhm.
like being the one actor that does have it, maybe it's a plus. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it can't hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. I need to
yeah,
brush. I need
yeah.
to
Make a LinkedIn.
take the dust out of my old LinkedIn that I made and
Totally.
haven't touched in a year. Okay, amazing. It was such a pleasure having you here, and so many, like, I learned so much. I hope everyone did too. And it was so nice to see you again in person, or in face to face at least.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, if that's everything, I think we'll leave it here for tonight.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much for having me. It was so great talking to you again, and hopefully we can see each
Yeah.
other in person next time.
Oh yes, hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully. Oh, I wanna try and go to LA in this before the end of the year,
Oh,
or
nice.
so I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, I am. I think I'm going to New York in July to
Nice.
like not network. I always use that word, but like reconnect with people from New York, and then I want
Mhm,
to try and go by the end of the year to LA
mhm.
again.
Great, yeah.
But
Maybe oh, no, I was gonna say you could do another central casting gig, but I guess your
yeah,
visa ran
no,
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
no. But and also, like, it's really expensive, like airplane flights and stuff
Mhm.
now,
Yeah,
more than ever probably.
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I want to do it. I want to do it. I like
Yeah,
I
there
want
will
to
be a
save
way.
up to, yeah, because it's such a, I don't know. I met a lot of good people like you and so many others that I want to keep in touch with. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Okay. Amazing. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This brand new episode of ActorCast. This was so much fun. Go and follow Emily, and be sure to check out all of her TV shows that she's got coming up and stuff. She's great. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you the next time. Bye.